2025 Sichuan floods, a test of survival and the heavy toll of emergency evacuations. From dawn on October 18th to the 21st, 2025, an unprecedented crisis unfolded across Sichuan Province and its surrounding mountain villages. Emergency sirens echoed like relentless warning drums, signaling an urgent call. Mass evacuations had to begin immediately. The alarms didn't just ring through the bustling streets of Chengdu, they screamed across the rugged highlands of Weishan, Mianzhu, and Aba. A thick sense of dread hung in the air, as if the entire region was holding its breath. At the same time, the province's flood warning systems joined the symphony of alarms, their blaring tones merging into what sounded like nature's fury channeled through human technology. In western and northern Sichuan, disaster struck cities like Yan, Beichuan, and Pengzhou. Rivers once calm, the Min, Tuo, and Fu, turned into roaring brown torrents, surging with unstoppable force. Bridges crumbled under the tremendous pressure of the floodwaters, concrete decks collapsing into the murky depths below like fragile toys. Mianzhu County was among the hardest hit. Late Wednesday night, a massive landslide tore through Shuanhe village like a claw from the depths of hell. Terrified witnesses recalled hearing a thunderous roar, then, in an instant, everything went dark. Power lines snapped, and homes vanished beneath torrents of mud, erased from the earth as if by an invisible hand. Rescue teams rushed in, risking their lives as they dug through the wreckage, desperate to find survivors. Relentless rain made the mission perilous, but they refused to give up, searching for any sign of life amid the shifting, unstable terrain. Officials reported grim statistics. Since the floods began on September 23, more than 180 landslides have been confirmed. Many occurred in steep, erosion-prone areas already weakened by past earthquakes, regions that seem to be wounded over and over again by nature's wrath. Transportation networks were devastated. Segments of major highways G318 and G213 were destroyed, cutting off dozens of mountain communities from the outside world. With roads and bridges gone, helicopters became the only lifeline for stranded residents. In Pengzhou and Mianzhu, landslides swallowed entire stretches of mountain road, trapping convoys of trucks and buses in the rising floodwaters like beasts caught in a snare. Rescue crews braved landslides and torrents of mud to carve out temporary routes, inching forward through debris in hopes of reaching the isolated survivors. Every step forward came with danger, and every hour brought new collapses. In the hilltop villages, the devastation was even more shocking. Entire homes built on slopes were swept away by violent mudslides and flash floods, wiped from their foundations as if they had never existed. Roads cracked open like paper, and asphalt peeled away under the sheer force of water and debris. The saturated soil triggered more slides, severing connections between rural towns and urban centers. Vehicles were buried or swept away. Images from Yan and nearby towns showed cars half submerged in swirling brown water, some overturned, others crushed like tin. It was a grim reminder of nature's unrestrained power. Across the hilly regions, more than 250 bridges were damaged or destroyed, and tens of thousands of homes were reduced to rubble. According to provincial authorities, over 1 million residents have been evacuated, one of the largest relocation efforts in Sichuan's recent history. From city streets to remote mountain valleys, massive evacuation convoys moved out ahead of the flood peaks. In Pingzhou, Beichuan, Yunnan, and Luding, rescue teams fought against rising waters and blocked roads to lead residents to safety. Highways were jammed with buses, trucks, and cars, their headlights flickering through sheets of rain, tiny beacons of hope cutting through the darkness. Temporary shelters were set up in schools, gymnasiums, and community centers. Everyday life came to a standstill as families huddled together, waiting for the storm to pass. The evacuations saved countless lives, but the damage, emotional, physical, and environmental, was enormous. Flash floods triggered widespread landslides and mud flows, their destructive force amplified by Sichuan's steep terrain. Every drop of rain rolling off the Hengduan Mountains seemed to gather into narrow gorges, turning tranquil streams into deadly torrents that carved chaos through the landscape. Power outages and communication breakdowns struck many remote settlements, isolating entire villages. Roads vanished, bridges collapsed, and power lines lay twisted in the mud. Helicopters and volunteer rescue teams became the only link to the outside world, trudging through debris and pouring rain to deliver supplies and hope. Meteorologists warned that heavy rainfall would continue through the week, keeping the province on high alert. Authorities cautioned that mountain regions still faced a severe risk of secondary landslides, and further evacuations might be necessary. The shadow of disaster still looms large over Sichuan, and few dare to let their guard down. It all began with a chorus of alarms on September 23, and by the 25th, it had escalated into a full-scale catastrophe. The floods tore through Sichuan's mountains and plains alike, demolishing bridges, sweeping away homes, submerging vehicles, and paralyzing key transportation routes. Sichuan, a province once known for its energy and resilience, is now confronting one of the greatest trials in its modern history. If you found this report informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support keeps us dedicated to providing clear, honest, and fact-based reporting. Click the notification bell so you won't miss future updates. Until next time, stay informed, and stay safe.